The tragedy faced by the young guitar prodigy was not just a moment but a series of overwhelming experiences that molded his creative expression. Discover the heartache behind his remarkable journey. From a young age, Marcin Patrzałek exhibited an extraordinary talent for music that set him apart from his peers. Raised in a family that valued creativity, his early exposure to playing guitar was supported by an inherent passion for sound. As a child, Marcin would spend countless hours strumming the strings, finding solace in music that transcended his everyday challenges. His early influences included a diverse range of genres from classical compositions to modern rock, shaping his unique style. As he honed his skills, his dedication quickly became evident. Local performances soon transformed into larger venues, capturing the attention of music enthusiasts and critics alike. Social media platforms played a crucial role in propelling his fame. Videos showcasing his incredible fingerstyle technique and emotive playing style went viral, earning him millions of views and admirers globally. With the release of his original compositions, Marcin showcased not only technical prowess but also an emotional depth that resonated with audiences. His intricate melodies and bold musical choices captivated listeners, and he rapidly gained a following that craved more of his artistry. The world witnessed the emergence of Marcin Patrzałek, a shining star poised for greatness. However, amid this meteoric rise, life's unpredictability lurked just beyond the surface. As Marcin's fame grew, so did the pressure to maintain his artistic momentum. While many young musicians would celebrate their achievements, Marcin remained grounded, aware that success often comes with a hidden cost. He poured himself into his craft, spending endless hours perfecting his techniques and exploring new musical avenues. Yet, with this rigorous dedication came mounting expectations, not only from himself but from fans and industry insiders. The joy of creation began to intermingle with the tension of public scrutiny. Despite thriving in the limelight, the loneliness of isolation became increasingly apparent. He found himself torn between the bliss of artistic expression and the burden of external expectations. Just as he was beginning to establish his identity as an artist, fate had other plans that would challenge him in unimaginable ways. In the midst of Marcin's rising stardom, tragedy struck unexpectedly. It began with a phone call on an ordinary day that would alter everything he knew. The news was devastating. A beloved family member had passed away suddenly, leaving Marcin in shock. This heart-wrenching loss became a poignant turning point in his life. As he grappled with this profound grief, Marcin's world began to feel bleak. Once vibrant colors were replaced by shades of gray. The weight of the tragedy forced him to confront emotions he had never fully acknowledged. Friends and family rushed to offer support, but the isolation of his sorrow often left him feeling disconnected. He was grateful for their presence but struggled to articulate his pain, retreating further into his world of music, a world that had once been a source of joy. In the wake of this tragedy, Marcin faced an internal battle. He felt an overwhelming pressure to continue his artistic journey while wrestling with the grief that consumed him. On stage, he wore a mask, presenting a facade of strength and resilience. Yet, behind the scenes, the emotional turmoil raged on. The joy that had fueled his passion began to dwindle, replaced by despair. Nights were often spent in solitude as he sought solace in guitar playing, trying to channel his sorrow into something beautiful. Slowly, he began to compose pieces dedicated to his lost loved one, pouring his soul into each note. These compositions became cathartic releases, a way to express thoughts and feelings that words could never convey. Music transformed into both a refuge and a reminder of the pain he carried. As he journeyed through this difficult period, Marcin grew increasingly aware that his art offered a powerful means of healing, even if it required delving into the depths of his heartbreak. With each passing day, he found himself navigating the complex and often tumultuous landscape of grief, gradually learning that healing is a non-linear process, one that ebbs and flows, marked by unexpected highs and profound lows. This realization became increasingly evident as he wrestled with the waves of sorrow washing over him. In the midst of this emotional whirlwind, he began to channel his pain into his craft, transforming his anguish into melodies that encapsulated the very essence of loss, longing, and the bittersweet nature of memory. Each strum of his guitar evolved into a form of emotional release, granting him a powerful outlet to voice the experiences he struggled to articulate through words alone. This creative process became a sanctuary, a sacred space where he could process the complexities of his feelings, ultimately transforming the act of creating music into a crucial aspect of his healing journey. As Marcin poured his heart into his compositions, he found that they provided him with not just solace, but also the opportunity to pay tribute to the cherished memory of his loved one who had passed. Each note he played became a living testament to their presence in his life, filling the void left by their absence. His compositions evolved through this newfound perspective, skillfully merging his technical brilliance with the raw emotion that accompanied his grief. He began to embrace the art of improvisation more fully, allowing moments of vulnerability to dictate the natural direction of his music, as if each performance were a spontaneous conversation woven through sound. This shift profoundly affected his overall sound, enriching his performances with an authenticity that resonated deeply with audiences who were also grappling with their own struggles. Recognizing the power of connection in the digital age, Marcin turned to social media as a platform to share his new, more emotional compositions with his followers. Through heartfelt posts and intimate video performances, he revealed glimpses of the heartache he experienced, allowing others to witness the journey he had embarked upon. The response was overwhelmingly positive, with fans expressing their gratitude for his willingness to be vulnerable. They found solace in his music and felt a shared connection that transcended the boundaries of physical distance, knowing they were not alone in their trials. Rather than merely being spectators to Marcin's pain, his followers felt included in a collective experience, forming a community of those navigating their own emotional landscapes. The impact of his intimate storytelling through music created a safe space for his audience to engage with their feelings. As Marcin navigated the depths of sorrow, this mutual connection fostered a profound sense of healing, not only for him as he transformed his grief into art, but also for those who listened, resonating with melodies that echoed their own experiences. With each strum, he began to grasp the powerful truth that his music could serve as a bridge to others' hearts, reflecting shared sentiments of loss, love, and resilience. Each performance became a tribute, a heartfelt opportunity to remember and honor the life of his beloved, while sharing the cathartic experience of healing through art. His concerts evolved into communal experiences, with the audience invited to join him in an emotional journey through sound. As stories unfolded in each song, attendees found themselves moved to reflect on their own lives, sharing their experiences of love and loss, and contributing to an atmosphere of support and compassion. It was in these moments of shared vulnerability that Marcin understood the full extent of his artistic mission: to create music that not only reflects his own journey but also gives a voice to the collective struggles of the human experience. Through this transformative process, Marcin not only carved out a path for his own healing, but also became an unwitting guide for others, using his artistry to illuminate the shadows of grief and to celebrate the enduring spirit of love. His guitar became an instrument of hope, a means through which he connected hearts and souls, encouraging everyone to embrace their feelings and to find strength within their vulnerability. As he continued to navigate his own grief, he discovered that through the act of sharing his music and his truth, he was weaving a tapestry of resilience, a powerful reminder that even in our darkest moments, art can unite us and serve as a beacon of light, leading us back to ourselves and to one another. As Marcin embraced the healing power of music, he found himself grappling with profound questions related to his identity and purpose. The sudden and often jarring shift from being a carefree prodigy to a young man navigating the stormy seas of grief forced him to dive deep into introspection. He was compelled to reflect on who he was, not only as a musician but as a human being shaped by complex experiences. While the world had previously seen in him a remarkable talent with undeniable technical prowess, Marcin recognized a new dimension in his artistry that demanded exploration. The emotional depths he now possessed were profound enough to change the narrative he had been telling through music, and he felt a strong urge to merge his technical skill with this newfound emotional awareness. This evolution, however, did not come without its challenges and triumphs. As he began to redefine his artistic journey, he found himself in a constant state of flux, an oscillation between doubt and clarity that both terrified and invigorated him. The struggle to balance his previous identity as a technically brilliant musician with a voice that reflected profound emotional experience became fertile ground for personal growth. Moments of uncertainty crept in, making him question whether his new music would resonate with an audience that had first celebrated his technical accomplishments. Would they accept this new version of him that embraced vulnerability and authenticity? These questions loomed large in his mind, casting shadows that weighed heavily on his heart. Yet through this process of exploration, Marcin soon learned an invaluable lesson. Vulnerability holds immense strength. In sharing his personal story with honesty, layering his music with the rawness of his experiences, he discovered that it created a unique bond with listeners. His vulnerability transformed his music from a mere showcase of extraordinary talent into a profound expression of humanity that resonated deeply with others. As he continued to perform, Marcin's growing understanding of himself and his circumstances infused his artistry with layers of meaning. What had once been an aspiration for perfection became a quest for authenticity, where imperfections emerged as markers of his genuine self. His stage presence experienced a radical shift as he allowed moments of silence and reflection to punctuate his performance. These pauses served as invitations for the audience, encouraging them not only to listen but to feel alongside him, creating an atmosphere where emotion reigned supreme. Audiences found themselves captivated by this new approach, drawn to the sincerity and depth that marked his performances. The changes he made not only attracted a broader demographic of listeners, but also embraced those who had faced their own losses, heartaches, and challenges. It became evident that Marcin was creating a space where collective grief could be acknowledged, allowing attendees to feel seen, heard, and connected through the shared experience of music. Encouraged by the unwavering support and connection he found with his audience, Marcin began to envision a future that extended beyond individual success and accolades. He felt compelled to use his platform for something greater, to advocate for mental health awareness and highlight the crucial role that creative expression can play in coping with grief and trauma. This realization ignited a sense of purpose within him that was both invigorating and daunting. He understood that the challenges he faced could provide a source of inspiration for others who might be silently struggling with their own emotional battles. His willingness to embrace a larger purpose became a guiding light in his life, redirecting his energy toward facilitating meaningful conversations around vulnerability, healing, and resilience through music. Marcin eagerly sought to engage with organizations and communities dedicated to mental health, aiming to create initiatives where individuals could confront their trauma through creative outlets. He started to integrate discussions about mental health into his workshops, encouraging participants to unlock their feelings through songwriting, improvisation, and collaboration. The shared human experience of grappling with emotional turmoil became a centerpiece in his mission, allowing him to not only rediscover his identity as an artist, but also reshape the narrative surrounding grief and healing for countless others. This journey of self-discovery and advocacy not only enriched Marcin's music but also transformed it into a powerful conduit for change, fostering a sense of unity and empowerment among those who sought solace in his art. In essence, Marcin Peck became more than a musician. He became a harbinger of hope, fostering connections that surpassed the barriers of traditional performance. His vulnerability became a bridge that connected him to his audience, inviting them to share in the experience of navigating complex emotions. By using his artistry to advocate for mental health awareness and encouraging creative outlets for healing, Marcin illustrated that music is not just an expression of talent. It is a transformative force capable of bridging the gaps between sorrow and recovery. In this way, he forged an artistic legacy that is rooted in empathy and resilience, inviting all who engage with his music to explore their own stories and embrace the healing power that lies within. Through this journey of tragedy and healing, Marcin Patrzałek emerged not just as a musician but as a profound storyteller and a dedicated advocate for emotional well-being. His experiences, shaped by deep loss and profound reflection, led to a transformative awakening not only within himself but also in the way he approached his art. As he traversed the painful landscape of grief, Marcin came to an essential realization: the importance of connecting with listeners on a deeper, more intimate level. In doing so, he began to craft songs that resonated with broader themes of love, loss, and personal growth. These songs were not merely melodies. They were windows into his soul, reflecting the complexity of human emotions and the shared experiences of heartache and hope. Marcin's live performances saw a remarkable transformation, evolving into emotional experiences that captivated audiences and left indelible marks on their hearts. As he played, vulnerability became a powerful currency, a means through which he traded stories of sorrow and healing. Each performance turned into a communal experience, where the air was charged with empathy, allowing listeners to feel a profound connection with not only Marcin's music but also with one another. In these moments, audiences found solace and understanding, often shedding tears, laughing, or simply closing their eyes to absorb the emotional tapestry woven by the notes of his guitar. As they navigated their journeys side by side, a powerful sense of unity filled the spaces between them, reminding everyone present that they were not alone in their struggles. His ability to create these emotional landscapes through music cemented Marcin's reputation as an artist who genuinely cared not just about performing, but about healing. With this renewed sense of purpose igniting his passion, Marcin took significant strides to establish workshops and outreach programs dedicated to supporting individuals grappling with grief and mental health challenges. Understanding that many people resonate with feelings of loneliness and despair, he sought to create safe spaces for people to express themselves and share their stories. His deep-rooted belief that music possesses an inherent capacity to heal became a cornerstone of his mission. By giving back to the community that had rallied around him during the darkest chapters of his life, Marcin endeavored to foster an environment where the transformative power of music could aid others in their journeys toward healing. He facilitated sessions where participants could explore their emotions through songwriting and performance, allowing them to find their voices amidst life's chaos. As he continued to evolve as an artist and human being, Marcin uncovered closure not only in his personal journey but also in the myriad stories of those who reached out to him. The tragedy he once faced became a wellspring of strength, inspiring others to seek their healing through creative expression. His openness about his struggles provided a relatable and encouraging narrative that lifted the weight of silence surrounding mental health. Marcin learned to navigate the complexities of grief while celebrating the life and memories of his loved ones, finding ways to forge connections that transcended pain. He fostered a sense of belonging and shared experience among those who attended his workshops and performances. The interactions he had with attendees and fans during this period became pivotal moments of connection, allowing him to forge a community built on shared experiences of love and loss. Each story shared, each tear shed, and every laugh exchanged became a thread woven into the collective fabric of healing that Marcin was fostering. As he inspired countless individuals through his soulful music and unwavering dedication to authenticity, he redefined what it meant to be a musician in the modern world, a world that craves honesty and connection more than ever. The heartbreaking tragedy that once threatened to consume him instead transformed into a powerful narrative of resilience, illuminating the pathway for others to follow. Through his commitment to raw honesty, he demonstrated that even amidst profound sorrow, beauty and hope can emerge. Marcin Patrzałek evolved into not just a symbol of unparalleled talent, but a beacon of hope for anyone grappling with their own struggles. He became a living testament to the idea that healing is possible and that art, in its many forms, can act as a salve for the wounds we carry. His journey resonates with individuals who may feel trapped in their pain, offering the reminder that even in tragedy, there lies the potential for rebirth and growth. Through the songs he writes and the lives he touches, Marcin continues to weave a narrative that affirms life amidst loss, encouraging all who encounter his story to embrace their authentic selves and seek their paths to resilience and healing. Each note played and every word sung stands as a testament to the triumph of the human spirit over adversity, inviting listeners to embark on their journeys of discovery, healing, and ultimately, hope.